if I was starting again in property, I'd really dial in on making sure property has been in our family a long time. It's on the building sites when I was very young. I think all the time about how can I increase my output throughout the day? How can I work more efficiently? How can I work longer hours? So my first deal was...
And that's the Property Developer Show 2025 wrapped up. Across 5 shows, we've had over 2,000 visitors, 199 exhibitors, which is quite frustrating because we're one off 200, and 50 keynote speakers. If you missed out this year, we will be back bigger and better in 2026. We will be visiting 6 locations, starting in Bristol, then London, Southampton, Birmingham, Manchester, and finally ending in Leeds again. Register your interest on the website link in the episode description and be the first to hear when tickets go on sale. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Welcome to another episode of To The Point. Today, I'm joined by Francesca, who is episode 70. If you've not checked out the full episode, please do. Great guest. So for the benefit of yourself, Francesca, and the listeners who maybe not tuned into To The Point before, I essentially asked you a question and you've got 2 minutes to answer that question.
Okay.
You don't have to use the allocated time. You can do a 30-second answer or a minute answer, but 2 minutes is the limit.
Okay, cut me off.
So, first question. If you were starting again in property, what would you focus on?
Definitely acquisitions. I think it's the most key part of the development cycle. We spoke a little bit about it in the episode that I think if you get the acquisitions right, then everything leads from there. So I'd really dial in on making sure that my appraisal's right, really gathering data, speaking to estate agents about end values. I'd really dial that in. And I think it's a great skill as well if I was starting again in property, if you're making good acquisitions, you don't necessarily have to build them out. You can flip them, so less capital intensive. So that's definitely the skill set that I would go to first, really hone in on that, get that dialed in and go from there.
Amazing. Thank you. Great answer. Next question. How did you learn about property?
So I'm third generation developer. So property has been in our family a long time. I work with my dad and that's his side of the family, but actually on the other side of the family, they are very into property as well. So it's been a dinner time, a sofa, a bedtime conversation for as long as I can remember. I was on the building sites when I was very young. So honestly, property has been part of my youth. Absolutely, it's been in our family.
Amazing. So bedtime story started with once upon a time there was a stressed out
exactly.
property developer.
It's me. Exactly.
Next question. What is your favourite property strategy and why?
Definitely new build. I think it's once you've mastered the new build process, it's pretty cookie cutter. You can price it well, you can program it well, and once you've got on site, there's a lot less risk involved than, say, conversion. So I really like new build. We do a lot of new build in our company. It's a great product at the end as well. You've built it all, you know it's all sound, you walk away happy. So I think if you've got your head around new build, then it's a great strategy to move forward with.
Amazing. Great stuff. I was going to guess that answer. Probably could have answered it on your behalf. Right. Next question. How did you do your first deal?
So my first deal was 3 houses. It was a lovely deal for me, actually. It's the first one that I fully project managed, and it was great fun. It had its problems, of course, as they all do. We had a few nightmare builders on it, the usual story, but it went well. Our planning journey on that actually wasn't too painful. We didn't have too many weather constraints. We had a bit of snow in the middle, but it was a lovely deal. It was, small enough that it was manageable. We actually took it in 2 phases. So we did a back house first, and then we took the front 2. So wasn't too much pressure, and it was new build. So it was in my wheelhouse, so to speak. But yeah, it was a lovely deal, and I love those houses to this day. It feels like when you're handing them over, like your child going to school.
Yeah. I think that's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? Planning process not too stressful.
Yeah, I know. By degree.
Okie doke. Next question. What's your favourite property / business book?
I like the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone.
Okay.
I love that book. It's essentially about 10Xing your goals and, more importantly, as far as I'm concerned, 10Xing your output. I think all the time about how can I increase my output throughout the day? How can I work more efficiently? How can I work longer hours? So I loved reading that book because it really tapped into that of if you're doing X amount of outreaches a day, if it's direct to vendor, 10X that, and get on board with that kind of thinking. And I am a believer in that. I think if you put enough action into the day, things will happen. Again, as we were saying, over a long time horizon, you've got to let it play out. You can't have the spurts and then give up. But I am a believer in that. If you put a lot of action and you are someone who's a doer and you do that at a high degree, then it will come good. So I loved that book. That was right on target for me.
Amazing. I might have to read that one myself.
It's very, very good.
Okay. Lovely. And next question. Name 3 property people who inspire you.
So number one's definitely got to be my dad. He's co-founded the company 26 years ago, been in development a long, long time, run a very successful development and construction business as far as I'm concerned. I'm not biased. And more importantly, he's a great example of business etiquette. He's a very honest man. It's very important that we respect everyone around us. So I think he's been such a great teacher to me, not only in business instinct, which he's great at, but also business relations, how to manage professional relationships. And yeah, he's just been such a great teacher to me in and out of business. I can't praise him enough, really. A second one, I would say, I've just mentioned Grant Cardone's book. Obviously, he's a big property influence, obviously on a much bigger scale. But I think it is important to recognise people at that scale, listen to them, learn from them. Whether that's on my horizon, I'm not sure. But I think it is very, very interesting and important to, hear what these people have to say who have achieved such extraordinary things during their lifetime. And back on the family track, but that is me. We're very into family. The other one would be my granddad. Not actually my dad's dad, who was a property developer as well, but on the other side, my mum's dad, who came into the country from Fiji with nothing and built his way up through commercial and residential property, slowly, shops and flats above shops and the like, literally from nothing. And
that's the alarm.
There we go.
Yeah, you can finish if you like.
Yeah, no, and that's another important property influence on my life, another symbol of hard work in our family.
Amazing. Good stuff. Sounds like you've had some good influence in your life.
I've been very lucky.
Okay, what motivates you?
Family, definitely, in a word. Certainly, I live to serve our family. Absolutely. That's my reason for being. It wakes me up in the morning and it sends me off to sleep at night. There's nothing more important than my family and our journey together. So all my work, all my thoughts are dedicated to our family, my parents and my sister, improving the lot for our family, making sure we're all happy, healthy. But it guides everything I do, honestly. But yeah, serving the family is definitely the number one thing in my life.
It's lovely to, I like that. Final question. Name 4 people, dead or alive, that you'd like to have a sit-down meal with.
Oh, Layla Hormozy would definitely be one of them. She's Alex Hormozy's wife.
Okay.
And I listen to her quite a lot. She's definitely a no-nonsense female. And I really like the way that she thinks. She's got a very strong mentality about business, no excuses, do what you say you're going to do. So I'd like to sit down with her. Dead or alive, another person that I would like to speak to. My grandfather on my dad's side would be one. He was quite young when I died, but I would like to pick his brain about property development and how it was back in the day and things like that. So I think that would be, unfortunately, he's passed now, but that would be an interesting conversation for sure. And yeah, I'm trying to think. Tricky question. I think those two, I think.
Okay, we'll sit with that. It's fine. It'll be a good, close-knit.
Yeah, small dinner.
Yeah,
small
I
dinner.
like it. Well, thank you very much for coming on To The Point. Obviously, people can check out episode 70 and hear more about the story. But thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.